What is going on, everybody? My name is Ciara Lawler. Welcome to a week of Weird News Wednesdays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast, and we are back again talking all the week's strangest news stories from around the world. We talk about the news that the real news is too afraid to talk about. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Sean Meehan. Sean, how's it going?
Good, it's lovely and sunny out. There's a bird chirping outside the window, so if you hear him, I'm very sorry. But
This
I
is
don't
one
have
of
the heart
Ireland's
to tell him
3
to
sunny
stop.
days.
That's I read a report earlier that said there's grand heat in that sun.
That's Irish for it's fucking boiling. Boiling outside.
And that means like 18, 19 degrees.
Yeah. If it's not raining, it's boiling. It is really what's
roasting.
The weather people in Ireland on the weather report are just like, it's not raining. Fucking happy days, lads. Let's go.
Do you remember when we used to do the radio? On a day like this, we'd both just arrive and be like, it's gonna be fucking roasting in there.
Because the studio is tiny and yeah, and obviously you couldn't open any windows because obviously the noise from outside would get in. So we had to have all the windows closed in this tiny little room, and it was just, I just remember never being as hot as I was on like hour 2 of that show.
And you're sitting in like the leather chair.
Yeah. Now, if this is your first time listening to this, imagine we used to be on the radio. That's the low standards we have here on the Emerald Isles.
So you too can achieve your dreams.
Yeah. But this is Weird News Wednesday, Sean. And what do we do here?
You have spent the week gathering all of the weirdest news stories from around the world, and you're about to read them all out to me, and I have not seen them. Good?
Good? Yes, good. It was like, I imagine if we were in the same room, you would just like look at me like with puppy dog eyes. Good?
Good. Praise?
Did I do that?
Please give me praise.
Father, did I do well? So normally with weird news is, especially during this lockdown, it has been kind of, you either get something absolutely mental or you get something very minor. And so for the last few weeks we've started off with something mental because it's made me laugh, but I felt like we had to get back to basics this week. Start off with something that's a bit of a less exciting one and work our way up, because I have a few mad stories this week, and so I'm starting with something that really affects us all in these troubled times. Sean, a lot of people are doing jigsaws these days to pass the time.
A lot of people are. That's true.
It's sold out everywhere. If you try to buy one fucking jigsaw.
Yeah, because they're like, what, 10, 15 quid, and you get hours of entertainment out of them.
Would you say entertainment?
Hours of
time.
Occupied, being occupied.
Yeah, and you know me, I'm mad for a jigsaw. At the start of
You're
this lockdown,
a fiend for a jigsaw.
I rattled off 4,000 or 5,000 pieces in a row within the first few weeks, and then I ran out of jigsaws. And so I'm waiting for another delivery. But there's one particular jigsaw that has been created that I think might be the worst thing I've ever seen, and that is from Heinz. Sean, Heinz make they make ketchup. They do make ketchup. And they've decided to get into the jigsaw making game because they have created the slowest puzzle on earth with all 570 pieces the same red colour.
Oh no. Why have you done this?
570 pieces.
570, that's because there are 57 varieties, correct?
Of course. Oh, I didn't even realise that, but yeah, no, you're dead right.
And like, even, because I think Heinz also did a baked beans one a few years back. Like, even the baked beans, you can kind of line up a picture at points. But the same fucking shade of red.
It's all just red. And on the box it's just red. It's just a big red square.
Like in Russia? Red square? No? Geography joke. Let it pass.
Now's the time. Now's the time for these geography jokes. Does anybody have a flip phone? We're going to go through all my old notes. Okay, geography notes.
Oh my god.
No, I think this might be the worst and best idea for a jigsaw ever. Because, okay, you do the edges. I know you're an anarchist. You just throw all on all onto the board or the table, and you just do whatever you need to do.
Yeah, find a piece that interests you and build around that.
Lunatic work. You gotta start around that edges. Get a base. Get a foundation.
No, so, you're as likely to solve it randomly as you are to solve it with a method.
It's like Sudoku in that way, isn't it?
I get actively angry at Sudoku.
Do you?
Yeah, I just think it's shit.
Now, is it shit because it's bad or shit because you can't do it?
Which do you think, Connor?
Make up your own mind.
The choice is yours.
I've got a bit mad on the Sudoku as well, but I had like a book, and I was like medium. I was going up to medium and then slightly hard, but I couldn't do the really hard ones, and it really annoyed me. And so I'm not ashamed to admit, I watched the Sudoku champion of Great Britain tell me little tips and tricks on how to get the best out of my Sudoku. I spent at least an hour on that.
And did you improve your Sudoku skills?
Oh jeez, no, I'm still thick as dog shit, but
Excellent.
Look, I watched a good video though.
And didn't that pass the time more than Sudoku ever did?
Really? So Heinz has created a giveaway offering 57 lucky fans a chance to win one of these puzzles. Hopefully they'll consider selling them online soon enough, says one person, which I don't know anyone who is going to buy this.
Yeah, like, first of all, it's terrible value for money in terms of, like, finished product. It's just red.
Yeah, no, would you not get the most hours out of a jigsaw that is basically unsolvable?
But there's a great jigsaw. It's like 5,000 pieces, but it's a gradient of all the colours.
Okay.
And I think that would, like, at least when you finish that, you have something that's nice to look at. Because the red of Heinz ketchup is quite it's not a very appealing red, in my opinion. There, I said it.
What's your favourite? What's the most appealing red? Really, is the question I'm thinking.
The one that Santa wears in the Coca-Cola ads.
Oh no! Actually, fuck. You know what? I think you have me at a technicality there. He could be right. I thought you were a madman, but now you've thrown logic into it.
Or if I may also, the red hula hoops. Red.
And now, do you just associate them with the taste of red hula hoops, though?
That's correct.
Yeah. Yes, no, you are correct. So, in a period where everyone has a little more time in their hands and puzzle popularity has skyrocketed, we wanted to help pass the time by connecting the two. We're always looking to deliver fun, contextually relevant ways to give Heinz tomato ketchup lovers a smile. Lovers is a strong word.
Lovers, yeah.
And this ridiculously slow, all-red Heinz tomato ketchup puzzle felt like the perfect fit.
Oh, because it's a jigsaw. Perfect fit. Very good.
Yeah, it's all fits together, Shaw. But at the same time, I love jigsaws, but I think you would have to give me quite a lot of money for me to even try this.
Because on the surface, like, a 500-piece jigsaw isn't too bad.
No.
Like, once you get to 1,000, then when you're on a real time sink. So 570 on its own doesn't sound awful. But when there's no frame of... you can't even look at the picture on the box.
Imagine you forgot. You're like, oh, what the fuck does it look like? Oh, yeah, no. Oh, yeah. It's red.
Oh, that's the bit I'm working... Okay, here we go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They're trying to find it. It's like, we're looking at a piece, then looking at the picture. Where the fuck do you go? Where do you
Speak
go?
to me.
He's got a chalk outline out around the jigsaw. Speak to me.
That would be amazing. Yeah, I can't see this. Like, I can't see it under my Christmas tree. Put it that way.
But you can get it from me. My birthday is actually at the end of this month, so I'm not giving you ideas, Sean. I'm just throwing it out there.
It's not for sale.
Well, fucking make it be. Jesus.
All right,
do I have to do everything?
Right, tell me your address right now. I promise I'll edit it out, I swear to God.
Give me your address and your bank details, please.
Your mother's maiden name might also help.
The first name of your dog. Or your first animal. Okay, Sean, why I wanted to start off with that is because my second story this week is fucking insane. And I think it's something that sometimes Florida Man pops up earlier than usual in this show.
Yeah, I was thinking, he's right out of the gate here.
Well, Florida Man, you see, Florida Man Treasure Hunter says that he was tricked by a conman to hire a conman claiming to be a war hero / scientist / millionaire.
What?
My story this week, Sean, is that there was a Florida Man treasure hunter. He worked for Seafarer Exploration, which is a company that basically searches for treasure underneath the water.
Right.
And that company is a Tampa-based treasure hunting company, and they thought they had found the jewel in their crown when they came across Dr. Michael Torres. He was what the company needed to get to the next step.
Okay. So
yes,
this company has found the one person who can just put them onto like insane levels of success.
Well, you're searching for treasure. There has to be somebody out there that knows something, that's in on something, right? So let me set the seed, Sean. This company is searching for the next big guy that can help them. We need something that's going to make us stand out from all the other treasure hunting companies, I assume, are in Tampa. So
Tampa is a treasure on its own.
It is. At a bar near Melbourne Beach, Kyle Kennedy, the CEO of the underwater treasure hunting business, met Michael Torres, the Army Ranger, who also claimed that he was a cryptocurrency millionaire and an adjunct professor at one of America's most prestigious universities. That's a good CV.
That's and the fact that he can just say it and doesn't need to prove anything.
I think if you're hiring someone, they turn up with a resume that says that they're a war hero / scientist / millionaire, I'm going to be impressed.
Until the astronaut walks in.
True. Astronaut cowboy.
That's right.
Yeah. The conversation turned to the 300-year-old Spanish galleon wrecked on the ocean floor just off the coast, and more importantly, the mother lode of gold and silver that went down with it. It was right there, the treasure hunter said, just waiting to be salvaged. Well, Torres, decorated veteran and professor, this is all in quotation marks, it turned out, was also a systems engineer and coder on the side, he tells them.
Good
Unreal.
God. What a remarkable man.
He had developed satellite communications for military contractors at renowned laboratories. Just renowned.
Just, the renowned ones.
Some of that work was classified, he said, so he couldn't reveal it. But
well,
maybe
that's just good business.
That is. But maybe he could use his expertise to help create a technology to scan the ocean floor for gold. Boom. We're banging.
Then we can stop sending all those orphans down with weights tied to their feet.
They just have the snorkeling mask. Now go down there and check.
Have I talked about snorkels on this show?
No, I don't know if you have, Sean. Please, this is clearly important. Go on.
I don't understand how to help in any way at all.
Because something's going to crawl into the top of it while you're underneath the water.
No, not that, but once you're underneath the water,
right?
Like the snorkel is also under the water.
Well, like you're not meant to go that far.
So what, it gives you like a foot of.
A foot? How big are these snorkels you're using?
Is it just so you can put your face in the water? Is that the only reason?
That's basically it, yeah. So what you're claiming is they need to make snorkel, the length of it, maybe like 25 feet.
I'm just saying that would be a more useful snorkel.
So you're in the sea and there's just a 25-foot fucking snorkel just before you pop down for a swim.
Da-da.
I think there's a business practice there somewhere. I don't know where. But right, but if it's extendable, that raises the possibility that it could also like maybe contract accidentally.
Oh, while you're 2 miles below the surface.
While you're 2 miles, because it's 2 miles long. This now, the snorkel's 2 miles long, which it would be it would be so off balance. Your head would just be like bending left or to the right, depending on how
very
you
light snorkel. I can't stress how light the snorkel is.
Well, okay, to get back to our story before we start talking about snorkels, as I said, this Tampa treasure hunting company, they were looking for someone big, someone to bring in that they felt they could stand up and be like, this is our guy, he's our expert. And Michael Torres is the man on the other side, and he's realised Florida man isn't the brightest, and I'm a war hero / scientist / millionaire / engineer and coder for military stuff. I could do that job.
It's a match made in heaven. Where Dr. Michael Torres is from.
So in October 2018, Tampa Bay's treasure hunting seafarer exploration announced that it had hired Dr. Michael Torres, a brilliant wounded war veteran receiving a Purple Heart with Oak Cluster, to do just that, help them find treasure with tech. Okay?
Okay.
Now, in January 2019, just 3 months later, Sean, Torres made the front page of Florida Today and appeared on Fox 35 Orlando wearing an Indiana Jones-esque hat and announcing he'd discovered an ancient Peruvian burial mask on the beach.
Oh.
Yes.
The fact that it's an Indiana Jones-esque hat.
Yes.
I don't know if regular... You know, in the storied profession of treasure hunter, I don't know that that's the uniform.
So, sometimes I read a story and I'm like, I am so fascinated by any of this and how it happened, and this man completely fascinates me, as in, you know when you get so far into a lie that now you're just in it, and so he has to go with it. And so he has just convinced this idiot, who's the CEO of the company, that he's some sort of genius science millionaire, and he's also like a treasure hunter, and he can help them on the side. And this company's like, okay, we don't need to actually back
aces, boys.
we don't need to back up any of these claims. Fair enough. People lie on their resume or the CV a lot, Sean. I don't know to this extent.
I wouldn't. It is taking the piss a little bit, isn't it?
But once you're in, Sean, you have to buy into the lie. So, he then dons the Indiana Jones-esque hat and announces that he's discovered an ancient Peruvian burial mask.
Because that's what Indiana Jones traditionally did, was he just announced that he found shit.
I did it! Every movie was 4 seconds long, just Harrison Ford looking at a piece of treasure. I did it!
I did it, it's me.
This is all me. There's been no issues whatsoever.
And I didn't have to be chased by a boulder. There was no traps.
Or get punched until I won. I didn't have to do one fight where I got punched till I won. So, it was all fake, of course. Kyle Kennedy, the CEO, says, this guy can spout this stuff off like no tomorrow. Absolutely none of it was true, but unless you're an engineer, you'd never know that.
I'm just a simple treasure hunter / Florida man.
I'm just a simple CEO of a treasure hunting exploration company. How was I to know that there was no left phalange? How was I to know?
I am a regular man like you.
So last week, Seafarer filed a lawsuit in the county office demanding Torres pay back the $100,000 in wages that he owes them. They also want him to return his 61 million shares of Seafarer stock.
What?
61 million shares he has in this company.
But by just showing up and saying, I'm the guy.
But here's the thing, if he turned up and he told them he was a cryptocurrency millionaire, they probably gave him a load of stock. Just like, this is good for the company. If you're famous and a millionaire, you'll be able to raise the profile, so we'll give you loads of stock.
Yeah,
and if he's a millionaire, he can give money into the company.
Yes. Now, it's all in Bitcoin, though, so it's very, It's very fluctuating.
It's up in the air. I don't know how it works, but it doesn't make any sense.
But you can't dig for treasure with bitcoins.
They'd be so small. There'd be no more sand moving at all.
They'd be all stuck there.
So they are now suing this man, and I wanted to give you that background because that brings us on to today, in which this company is suing this man that somehow tricked him into thinking he was a millionaire, coder, war veteran, just Bitcoin expert, and just kind of, just an explorer.
Just an explorer. Like, here's the thing, is that I don't necessarily always side with the person who's done someone over.
Yeah.
But I think you can't sue him to get the wages back.
Although he did lie at basically every meeting he's ever had with them.
No, I'm not saying you can't take him to court for, like, I don't know, fraud or whatever. But you paid the wages for as long as you did with the performance he was given,
Now, you would think that maybe he's after doing this lie, maybe it's only a little one. You wouldn't go all out, or would you? Because we've actually got many of his claims that have been now researched and checked to see if they hold up against a bit of scrutiny.
Okay, well, we do like scrutiny on this show.
I love to scrutinise. So the lawsuit accuses Torres of presenting a fraudulent resume that included 2 tours of duty in Afghanistan, a long list of medals, and multiple degrees, including a bachelor's in electrical engineering from the Citadel, and a doctorate in aeronautical engineering from Duke University.
Right. Is it illegal to impersonate a soldier? Or is it just, like, bad form?
The lawsuit also claims that Torres flunked out of the Citadel, that he claims that he got a bachelor's in electrical engineering. He flunked out of the Citadel with a 1.3 GPA, which is quite low. And Duke does not even offer a degree in aeronautical engineering.
Ooh, always check that the degree exists.
You have to do that. One Google search. One will sort that out.
Just like even a Bing search.
Do you think he got asked and then he just named a fucking university? Oh, fucking Duke.
Fucking Harvard? No, I can't say Harvard.
They're never going to believe Harvard. They won't believe it.
Oh, what I'd better say a lower tier university.
That'll definitely have an aeronautical engineering course. Because they come cheap. When you want to be a spaceman, they come cheap.
The perfect crime.
Yeah. It also claims Torres lied about being an adjunct professor at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. So he's also a professor at Massachusetts.
Well, he has that degree from Duke.
Yeah, of course. Contacted by the Tampa Bay Times, Torres said it was... they had to interview Torres because maybe his side of the story is a bit different, Sean. Well, he says that his boss, Kennedy, had padded his resume to make Seafarer look good, but that he'd got along with it because he was scared. He said he never claimed to be an army veteran or have a doctorate. He was simply an engineer, hired to do a job, but was never given the proper resources to do it, other than the 60 million pieces of stock he has in the company.
That's nowhere near enough for what he envisions for this company.
So he says he was put up to it by the boss, that he said it might look good in the company if they hire this multi-millionaire genius playboy philanthropist.
But in many ways now they look worse and silly.
He says they want to discredit me because it somehow serves whatever scam they're pulling. Somehow serves whatever scam they're pulling. I can't specifically say what scam, but they're probably scamming me.
I am fully confident there's a scam going on here.
He has also done his own countersuit against Seafarer, I should tell you.
Just to be like, no, I'm in the right.
So, contacted by the Tampa Bay Times, the Citadel said that Torres left in 2003 without graduating. Military records also showed that he was forced out of the Air Force Reserve Officer Training Corps that same year for poor academics. Duke University did not even respond to a request for comment.
So we're fucking sick of hearing about all of this.
And Kennedy and a diver for Seafarer named Michael Weir both described a late night spent with Torres on the front porch of Seafarer's dive house. So this is where Torres goes really deep. And he told stories of rescuing his sergeant in Afghanistan by shooting an enemy. He's telling us about how the guy had a grenade in his hand, but then the guy went into a spasm and wouldn't let go of the grenade. He talked about having to call in an airstrike on an entire village. I was thinking, wow, what kind of guy is he? Is he? My God.
Like, he really went deep on that character.
Yeah. See, like, this is not one of those, like, normally we do not a deep dive into these weird news stories, but this man is fascinating to me in that he went so far into the lie. He brings the boss and one of the divers over to his house, and now he has to tell them fake stories of him and the army.
Yeah, and if he was, like, put up to pretend to be in the army, that's something he didn't have to do.
Just like, I called it an airstrike on an entire village. I'm also top of the army in America, so I actually had
King is what they call me.
Kennedy said that his team criticised him for hiring Torres, but that the scientific jargon and heroics the man spouted off sounded true and were wildly impressive.
Look, if it sounds true, maybe it is. That's all I'm saying.
Weir said he gave Torres the benefit of the doubt, which you would in any sort of proper company. Just leave him. He might be shite, but we don't know.
But also, like, if he's dropping some heavy shit, so maybe he just needs to get it out.
When he claimed to have also been... Weir said that he gave Torres the benefit of the doubt when he claimed to have also been a blockchain coder worth millions in Bitcoin. So he was going to fire him until he figured out that Torres was apparently rich in Bitcoin.
See, every time someone says, like, you know, follows up the word rich with in Bitcoin,
yeah,
it immediately lessens the impact, I think.
I'm rich in Skittles and love. I'm also rich in them.
I'm rich in jigsaw. Jigsaw.
Bastard. You know how much I love jigsaws.
Well, I did. I bought all the jigsaws and then I just left them out in the rain, Connor.
Oh, you are. Oh, Jesus. Grrarg. So Torres was exposed, Sean, finally. After all of this, he's been living this lie. When real scientists, Seafarer hired to develop its sea search technology, told them that the supposedly brilliant scientist had no idea what he was talking about. Because there's this meeting, and Mike is up there writing on a whiteboard all this stuff, and he's shouting like, oh, I have it. It's like something from the Big Bang Theory. Apparently there was loads of numbers and fractions and decimal points on this board, and he's continuously writing saying, I have it. I'm sitting there thinking, wow, this guy's a genius. And then the real geniuses pull us aside privately afterwards and tell us that wasn't even an equation, it was just gibberish.
It's like, do you know that scene in 21 Jump Street?
Oh, yeah, when he's on drugs.
Yeah, and he's scribbling on the board for ages, and he's just written 4 a bunch of times.
like, this man was so into the lie that he gets in front of everyone in the company, including all the scientists, and then has to try and figure out a way to pretend he's figuring out some major discovery.
Like, it's quite impressive. Like, his improv skills must be off the charts.
Like, imagine the pressure going in, and you're like, I have to try and pretend like I'm smart, and I have nothing. This is just improv.
Like, that man waking up every morning, getting ready to do that, that's unreal.
He looks at himself in the mirror. Another day, okay.
Let's do this.
What the fuck do I know about science? Give us some science words.
Just anything. I'll take anything about science.
Bunsen burner? Can I use Bunsen burner? I don't know. I don't think
we all know about the mitochondria, don't we?
Yeah. No, absolutely. If I say it with enough confidence, I will. So Torres said... Torres then also appeared. By this time, that they were going to fire him. Torres had already appeared in half a dozen news stories, showing off his Peruvian mass discovery. And he was apparently famous in the local area just as the best archaeologist or one of the best up-and-coming people in that area, in that he found this amazing Peruvian mask.
Like, well, it was one of the ones to watch in terms of archaeologists.
True. Torres said that the mask is authentic and that professors from Harvard and Columbia had authenticated it. Torres even shared emails from those professors in which the professors said the mask appeared to be Peruvian. Appeared to be. But then the Times asked more professors, and they said that they had not authenticated anything and would never do so without seeing the mask in person. Oof. They said they were only commenting on the style of the artifact in the photos Torres sent them.
So he sent them photos just like, hey, I found this, I think it might be Peruvian. And they said, yeah, it could be.
And he went, fucking nailed it, lads.
I'm fucking museums. Genius. Hello.
Oh, I've no time on my hands. I've so much cryptocurrency, millions. Oh no.
I might sell some of this cryptocurrency for more cryptocurrency.
And so this is coming to the end of this story, that this lawsuit is happening right now in Florida. And I normally, it doesn't really matter, but Torres has still come out and said that he is glad to be done with Seafair and happy to no longer be paraded around in a charade. He says, I have all my own evidence. It will all come out in court. Weir said he's worried that Torres is just crazy.
I mean, look, if he can somehow defend himself, what if he's a lawyer as well?
He might as well be. Say you're a lawyer.
He's a lawyer and he's the best damn attorney this side of the Mississippi.
Yeah.
This whole thing is a man who's objectively out of his depth but is thriving.
Just when a lie just keeps, you have to hide a lie with another lie, you end up here. And so I finish off this story with last month a man introduced as Dr. Michael Torres, PhD, appeared on the ABC News in Charleston, claiming a major discovery of coins, cannonballs and other Civil War artefacts. And then we end with Weir, who's about to go into this courtroom with this man and said, if he says Kyle made him say he was a doctor, then why is he still going on the news calling himself a doctor?
He legally changed his name to Doctor.
To first name Dr. Dot.
Yeah, so, Mr. Doctor.
So that's the end of that weird news story. But Florida Man has gotten himself into a situation where he somehow has convinced a whole sea exploration company that he's a genius, and it just gets out of hand.
And that exploration company, that's a story in itself. Just an independent treasure hunting company.
I'd like to work for them.
I wouldn't.
You only need to get lucky one shot, and then you're set.
But how many orphans do we have to send to the bottom of the ocean?
How does it matter? Just keep sending them. Sure, nobody's going to miss them. Fucking hell.
Sure, they're orphans. Fucking hell, that's
I've seen Annie. She's always crying and singing. I don't need that.
Did you see Annie all the way through? You did?
No, I only seen the first 45 minutes.
No.
What happens?
You might want to finish Annie. It's heartwarming.
Oh, is it? Oh, fuck.
I don't know. I've never seen it.
I'm going to have to make a few calls. Sorry, just really quickly, cancel that 25-foot snorkel. It's not going to work.
No, it's too heavy.
It's too heavy for the children's heads. I can't. Okay, we're moving on to Hong Kong, Sean. Now, we have covered many different versions of poor food choices, food creations. And you would think, these days, people have a lot of spare time in their hands. They might be able to come up with some cool, new, fancy recipes that nobody's ever tried before.
Yeah, surely you'd just have more time to experiment, if anything.
Yeah. Well, this Hong Kong shop that does ice cream has figured out a flavour that nobody had ever thought of that it could exist in any way. And maybe there's a niche in the market for it, because I have Hong Kong shop offers tear gas flavoured ice cream.
Tear gas?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Is this commentary of some kind?
It is a play on the latest. It's in support of the pro-democracy movement that's been going on in China at this time.
And sort of, was this like a horrible accident that's turned out to be a delicious flavour? Like,
no, this is an actual flavour they have worked on to perfect.
What does tear gas taste like?
Probably bad. Why would you ruin ice cream?
Unless it's, is it like peppery?
Yeah, because the main ingredient is black peppercorns, which is a reminder of the pungent peppery rounds fired on the streets of the Chinese city during the months of demonstrations last year. And they say it tastes like tear gas. It feels difficult to breathe as you're eating it. And it's really pungent and irritating. 3 things: difficult to breathe, pungent, irritating. I think when you're looking at any sort of food, they're the 3 things I look at first to see, let's make sure they're not them.
You would almost design ice cream to be the opposite of that.
Yeah, you would. It said, it makes me want to drink a lot of water immediately, said one of the customers, Anita Wong, who experienced tear gas. I think it's a flashback that reminds me of how painful I felt in the moment, and that I shouldn't forget. So, she's eating ice cream to remember traumatic experiences.
See, I see, you'd have to try it, first of all. Like, if you saw tear gas ice cream, you're trying tear gas ice cream. It could be like a burnt caramel thing, that it's just better than regular gas ice cream.
Regular carbon monoxide flavour.
No, nitrogen.
You need a bit of tear gas.
Nitrogen ice cream.
Oh, num num num.
But if you've been tear gassed, surely you know it's never going to be pleasant.
No, I don't think there's ever a time we're going, just I can't wait for another fucking tear gas. Cannot fucking wait.
Jez, I got stabbed in the chest there earlier, but this arm cut off machine.
But I don't know if I experienced it enough. Let's go back again, just to check.
Make sure I got the full feeling, you know?
Yeah. So he says how they make them is we roast and then grind whole black peppercorns and make them into gelato in the Italian style. It's a bit hot, but we emphasise its aftertaste, which is a sensation of irritation in the throat.
Oh, now you've sold me on it.
Yeah, oh no, I think this is a big selling point. And then the 31-year-old owner finishes with this. I think this might be, if you did advertising in college, this is probably the most important line you're ever going to hear from an ice cream owner. He says, "It just feels like breathing in tear gas."
Oh no.
Num num num. Go straight into
that
my
takes
tum-tum.
me back. Is it okay, I get it's an act of solidarity and it's drawing attention to the fact that people are getting fucking tear gassed, but also as an ice cream lover, don't do that to my ice cream.
Even if you just did like a lime flavour and made the ice cream green, might be a little better.
Maybe you supply the ice cream in some kind of canister.
Yeah, something like that, maybe. But why would you ruin ice cream? That's the one thing that didn't need to be changed in this story.
I'm pro 2 things, Connor. Democracy and ice cream.
And I'm against snorkels.
Apparently, so.
And orphans, apparently.
You're against the orphans.
Okay, fair enough.
You hate orphans so much you only watch 45 minutes of Annie.
No, I can't watch any more of this. It's ridiculous.
It's full of orphans.
So, at about $5 a serving, tear gas ice cream has been a hit. So prior to the social distancing regulations, the shop's owner said he was selling 20 to 30 scoops of it per day.
That seems like too much for what is effectively tear gas.
Now, originally he said that they tried to work in wasabi as well, but it didn't work on the flavour, because he was really trying to get that hit the back of the throat and fucking kill you flavour.
Yeah, and like wasabi even, I think that would be more pleasant of an ice cream than just
wasabi's
pepper.
Pretty bad though.
Wasabi's pretty bad, but I don't know, it tastes of something. Not just a painful burning sensation.
The only painful burning sensations I want is maybe areas that I need to go see a doctor for. Maybe when I pee. But if it's in my throat, no.
Well, maybe you should.
Go see a doctor.
Yeah.
I keep putting it off. So what? It'll go away eventually.
Connor, I'm officially telling you right now, if you have a painful burning sensation, literally anywhere, go to a doctor.
Only when I pee or when I don't pee it's there. So every other time it's fine.
But that's constant.
That is constant, yeah. No, it's a lot of pain.
I can imagine.
So, I just read that. I was like, normally we do bad flavours, but I don't think I could think of a worse flavour for ice cream than tear gas. Maybe just pure shit.
I was just going to say, literal shit would be worse.
Like, literal shit taste. But even then, like, you'll have a bad first taste, but I think the tear gas would leave an aftertaste that would be with you for days.
I'm fairly confident shit would leave an aftertaste too.
Well, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, we're going to move on to our next piece of news, and that is Night at the Museum, Sean. Sydney man charged after allegedly breaking into empty dinosaur exhibit at night.
Was this Ben Stiller portraying Sydney man?
It was Ben Stiller, yes. He's a powerful actor.
he's really getting into the role for the third one of those movies?
I don't know how many there's been. Australian Museum CCTV shows man allegedly breaking in and taking selfies. Says the police. A Sydney man will face court on Monday after he allegedly broke into Australia's oldest museum and started snapping selfies in the dinosaur exhibit. The man broke into the heritage-listed museum in Sydney CBD at just after 1 a.m. on Sunday and was captured on CCTV cameras wandering around the exhibits for an hour and 40 minutes, according to the New South Wales police.
Well, he was on his own, so at least he wasn't holding anyone up.
Yeah, but an hour and 40 is a long walk.
Big museum.
That's worse. The man was able to get up close and personal with the exhibits thanks to the lack of security guards and queuing patrons. Imagine he turned up and there was a fucking queue. Fuck's sake.
Oh, lads. We're meant to be social distancing.
Released CCTV footage shows him casually strolling past a T-Rex skeleton and posing for photos with his head inside the mouth of a dinosaur skull.
I mean, if you had the chance, you would, wouldn't you?
What would you do if you got free rein in that museum, though, Sean?
What?
And why is it ride a dinosaur?
Ride a dinosaur is up there. I don't know. I might, just change something that only I'd notice.
Wow. You're the epitome of fun.
No, I mean, I'd swap a rib and a tooth, maybe. Yeah, I think that'd do me.
Jesus, Frank Sinatra's turned up, lads. Fucking hell. A tooth for a rib. Go away from me now. You should be arrested for that kind of talk. Arrested.
For inciting that kind of nonsense.
That's ridiculous, that kind of devilment.
Why, what did you do?
Oh, just set fire to the place.
Oh,
straight up,
you should be arrested now for that.
Why? Sure, they're all dead already, Sean. Stinking. You can't kill me for murder if everything's already dead.
That is true.
The court, the jury's like, fuck, he has a point. Jesus Christ.
Fuck. We haven't heard a defence this good since that adventurer.
It's weird how he defended himself. It's really weird, but he's so good.
Wait a minute. That's not a tooth.
Look at a force. Oh, wait, did it completely forget about me? I was just I burned the whole building. I was like, wait, before he went down, that tooth is in his rib. And that rib... Oh, fuck. Somebody call the police. Something else has happened here.
A red dot just appears on my forehead.
He allegedly also stole a piece of artwork and a staff member's cowboy hat off a coat rack. That's not where cowboy hats go.
No, they would go on a hat rack.
And he wore the cowboy hat as he walked around the premises and while he left the premises.
That's oddly sinister.
You think the cowboy hat adds a bit of, just dangerousness to it all?
It adds, yeah, because I don't know. Like, I think to just wear a hat that you find, that's pretty brave, because you don't know where that hat's been.
Do you look good in hats? You can't see. There's no mirrors. It could be anything.
That's why he took the selfie in the dinosaur's mouth.
It wasn't for just funs and giggles. No, he wanted to see, is this Instagram worthy?
And let me just say it. What was he going to do with that picture? Because that incriminates you right away.
Yeah. Did you know when I was younger, I once, this is when I was really young, like 4 or 5, I once stole one of my parents' Kodak camera, and I went around and I just took a load of photos, just randomly of stupid shit. I don't know what a 5-year-old takes photos of, but probably the ground, a chair, right? And then I took one photo of me in the bathroom, in the mirror, looking back at me, and I took a photo with me in the photo. And so then my ma went to get all the photos developed, and she came back and was like, Connor, did you steal my camera and waste all of my photos? And Sean, do you know what I said?
Did you perhaps deny that?
I said I've never seen that fucking camera before in my life. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't even know how to take photos. I would never do that to you, Mother. I would never do that.
Well, what if I were to show you this?
Just a picture of the chair. And that doesn't help your case in any way. Fuck, the wrong one. What about this one? Oh yeah, no, that. And then I had to look at me in a mirror, right? And I genuinely seen the photo of me, I'm in it, and I went, that's not me. And I stood with that lie for another 5 minutes.
It is you, Connor.
I mean, it's literally you. No, I think you'll find that somebody else. I think you will.
You can't argue this one.
I think that's one of my sisters. Connor, it's clearly you. It's a 5-year-old boy. Well, look. I don't know what you're trying to say here, Mother.
You're holding yesterday's newspaper.
Yeah. She was very quick in the development. Very quick, just right around the corner.
Sure, 1 hour photo, you know.
It was a godsend. A godsend.
God be with the days.
God be with the days. So, it's not going to be a movie producer knocking on your door if you do this. It's going to be the police knocking on your door, said the Deputy Chief Inspector Sean Hally.
Sorry, go ahead. You have a comment.
I was going to say, Sean, I don't know if that is... This, Sean, I don't know if that rolls off the tongue as a phrase.
No, but also, it would be the police would tell you that.
If don't do this, because if you do, it's not going to be a movie producer knocking on your door. It's going to be the police knocking on your door. Put that on a shirt. I think I've nailed it.
Yeah, yes, you have, officer. And all his subordinates are just humour him. It's
fucking. He wants to start off in advertising, marketing. It doesn't make any sense.
He got this temp job. He's trying to sell some ice cream that tastes like fucking tear gas.
It's not going to be an ice cream man at your door knocking on your door. It's going to be me at your door knocking on your door. Someone's like, that's too many doors. Shut up, John. I'm going to say it 4 times. I'm the police, John. So am I. Shut up, John. A man turned himself in to the Surrey Hills police station at 5 p.m. that afternoon, where he was arrested and charged with breaking and entering. He was refused bail and is due to appear in local court. The museum has been closed for renovation since August of last year. But this means that it is definitely haunted, surely.
Oh, like the old abandoned museum? Yeah.
For May is 5 months, August is another 4, so at least 9 or 10 months have passed. Do you know how many ghosts can come up in 9 or 10 months around bones of animals? I mean, taking your life into your hands going anywhere near the place.
Well, you know what, Connor? You're welcome, because one of those T-Rexes is missing a rib. He's
going to try stand up and just collapse. Fucking gob. Yeah, fucking bad that.
I just wipe my hands, walk away.
No, the police are like leading you out there. Your arms are just like fucking behind your back. You're just laughing. Fuck, you'll never get me. Go. Okay, we're moving on now, Sean. A few weeks ago, we had a killer cow. I don't know if he was killer, but he was a crazy cow.
No, it was a kind cow, wasn't it?
He was faster than he looked.
Yeah,
and the police couldn't catch him.
She was faster than she looked.
Fuck, I keep doing it. Yes, no, you're right too. But this week I have a bear.
A bear?
A bear who has spent 9 months on the run.
A bear on the run?
9 months on the run, yes.
Oh, okay. I'm sensing there's more to this that you're not telling me.
So there's a hoodie-stealing, cow-chasing bear that 9 months on the run came to an end last week. A cheeky bear who had been on a hoodie-stealing rampage, Sean, for 9 months.
Cheeky and rampage aren't in the same sentence together, usually.
Oh, and that cheeky bear murdering people, you fucking rampage, has been recaptured, bringing his campaign of naughtiness to an abrupt end. Naughtiness.
But also, campaign and naughtiness generally don't.
A campaign of, bit of devilment. Huh? Go on there now.
Or, they're going to say a reign of being not very nice.
Yeah. Oh man, Papillon, by the way, is the name of the bear. Whose tree? Papillon was finally caught near the town of. Could actually be that because it's in northern Italy.
Oh yeah, Italian. That's what I meant.
Papillon. After causing havoc with a series of mischievous antics, including shaking a caravan, crossing a motorway, and chasing livestock. Fuck.
Good God, each more illegal than the last. For a human.
He's raiding with naughtiness. So, the brown bear's incarceration has enraged animal rights groups. Though Papillon may take comfort in finding a male companion on his return to his enclosure. His remarkable run for freedom from the site involved scaling a 13-foot electric fence charged with 7,000 volts originally 9 months ago.
You'd want to have a look at that fucking electric fence contractor that you have.
13 feet, 7,000 volts, and a bear somehow climbed it and got out.
That's not a bear toughing it out, I don't think. I think the fence was switched off.
Do you think... yeah, I think it doesn't matter what animal you are, even if you're capable of a reign of naughtiness, I think 7,000 volts will normally knock you out.
Yeah, it might kill, even, if on the wrong day.
Or if it's low, you just go, that hurts. But if you're climbing and anything in any way shocks you, your muscles are normally just going to contract and you will just fall to the ground.
Yeah, and bears are good climbers. But I don't think they're good shock absorbers.
You're not saying they're Static Shock, the cartoon character?
No, I'm absolutely not saying that.
Fair enough. I have to respect the hustle.
I get confused. I think people are always referring to Static Shock, the cartoon character.
And on Mondays you're always trying to bring Mel Gibson back. Bring back Mel.
Bring back Mel.
So after his daring escape... Oh, come on. After his daring escape 9 months ago, the young animal, reportedly named after a 1973 Prison Break film, went on to cause carnage across the region, damaging beehives, being foiled by sheepdogs during an attack on a herd of cows, and frightening 2 shepherds by shaking their caravan in an effort to empty a bin. Fucking killer.
Good fucking, what a monster. This is the Hitler of bears.
I don't want to speak too soon, but this is the Hitler of bears. The paper added that he went on to cross a motorway during a 350-mile wander around Lake Garda this year, following a period of hibernation. After taking to the mountains in March, Papillon, also known as M49, was filmed rolling
Way
around...
cooler.
M49 is a way cooler name, yes. Was filmed rolling around in deep snow before hunters caught up with him this week, when his reign of roguery was brought to a close.
Sorry. What the fuck?
His reign of roguery.
This has to be on purpose, that they're just...
So they've got roguery, naughtiness, they've got cheeky, they've got rampage.
Did they have mischief thrown in there?
They had mischievous antics, yes. Mischievous antics. Yeah, I think that's all of them. Did they just look up a thesaurus of all the words to do with mischievous?
I think that has to be it. And then they've slammed them all together in some way that kind of makes sense.
Reign of roguery's a good phrase, though.
Reign of roguery sounds like a game.
It does. Age of Empires, Reign of Roguery.
Exactly.
The Times reported that he had been part of a programme to reintroduce bears to the Italian Alps, but his taste for donkeys and sheep meant that he had to be rounded up last year. His latest capture involved being lowered into a large tube trap.
Not the tube trap.
Not the tube trap.
He got Augustus glooped.
It's the one with you stick your 2 fingers on either end of it, you can't get back out. Oh no, my tube!
Oh, no.
My fingers!
Do I sacrifice my fingers as the tube?
A farmers group called Eretti said the move came as a sigh of relief to mountain dwellers who felt vulnerable as he was on the loose. So an Italian animal welfare group says it will sue the local authority to get Papillon released again. A spokesman added, he was never a threat to man and will now be given a life sentence, even though he's clearly... I mean, he shook all those beehives, he attacked those cows. It's a miracle anyone's still alive.
He was shaking that caravan a fair bit, and that had people in it.
And that had people in it. If you ask me, you already call him the Hitler of bears, but I don't think that's strong enough. I think, he's the Mussolini and Hitler of bears, added together.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Go, Connor, don't put that on the bear.
Yeah, Hitler's fine. Well, don't bring up the Mussolini, man.
Also, the bear is going to be very well looked after. Like, it's not like they're just throwing him into solitary and leaving him.
But he spent 9 months on the run. How do you get away from them for 9 months?
You're a bear.
True, but you're a bear, so you're not thinking, I gotta get away as fast as possible. You're thinking, oh wow, there's some honey in that fucking beehive.
Well, the thing is that the bear was like hiding in the woods. And the humans, they didn't take the advice that they better go in disguise. You see?
Yeah.
Because every bear that ever there was down in those woods. And you know what they were up to, Connor?
What were they
What? They were having a rave.
Yeah, no, fucking it's just rave with the glow sticks at night time.
Oh yeah, it's all at night time.
Oh, all at night time.
The dark woods.
Oh man, he barely got away as well. That's what I heard.
Oh, no, can't claw one out.
Oh, jeez. I felt like those puns were polar opposites.
Really? Because I'm feeling a bit grisly.
Oh, why?
I haven't shaved in 2 months.
Oh, right, yeah. I like when you do something and then I just go, why? Just wait for someone to make a pun and then just ask them genuinely why they felt like that.
I mean, yeah, if you want to be a dick.
No, and if you want to be friends with somebody, you fucking want to go and fucking...
Connor,
Jesus, fucking...
We said we wouldn't talk about this on air.
Wait till we finish, Jesus. God, you're always doing this.
You're always...
Let's not name names, okay? Let's not place blame anywhere. So, Sean, we're ending Weird News Wednesday this week with possibly the worst mask we've ever had in a robbery.
Oh, I love these. We've had a see-through holder for plastic bottles. Mm-hmm. We've had a pillowcase with no eyes.
Yeah.
We've had... One was a picture of someone.
One was a picture of someone. We've had a man who drew on his own beard with a Sharpie.
Yeah, classic.
Oh, we've had many a mask, many a disguise. Because if you're going to pull off a robbery, you need something to hide your face. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you don't want people knowing who you are.
Exactly. Then you won't get away with it. Well, I have two men who decided that they were going to steal from a convenience store, and they decided that watermelons were their best bet, Sean.
Oh no.
Two men wore a watermelon on their heads while stealing from a convenience store, and one of them has been arrested.
Is the other one still at large?
Still at large, yes. Still at large.
Oh my god.
And it's mostly water.
They're trying to rind him.
A pair of melon heads, yes, actual people with watermelons on their heads, caused quite a stir after they used the watermelons as face masks to allegedly steal from a convenience store in a small Virginia town. The duo pulled up in a lifted 2006 black Toyota pickup truck and entered a sheets store in Louisa on May 5th. While wearing carved out watermelons with holes cut out for their eyes, according to the police department.
That involves a level of, prep work that they had to do before doing this.
Even a pumpkin would be better, surely.
I think a pumpkin is more. It puts up more of a fight. I think is the only way I can describe it, because when you're hollowing out a pumpkin, you have all the stringy bits to deal with.
Yeah. Well, watermelon, if they put that on their head, then their head is just soggy.
Yeah, unless they. Well, no, I was thinking I was going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say they had a protective head covering. But why wouldn't you just wear that instead of the melon?
No, in my head, they literally just cut the melon in half and they just absolutely smashed it onto their head. And then he just gives it to his friend, he absolutely smashes onto his head, and they're just covered in watermelon.
They're all going to be sticky for days.
Yeah, you can't get it out, and it's just, ugh. One of the two suspects was arrested on Friday. Police Chief Tom Leary, which is a great police chief name, confirmed to CNN. Police are still looking for the second suspect. He's still at large, Sean.
Still at large. Okay. Yeah. One comment about using melons as a mask. You have to get the placement of the eyes fucking bang on, the first time you do it.
Not much. There's not really. I was going to say depth perception, but your field of vision, I would say, is lessened.
Your peripherals are fucked. Yeah. No,
your peripheral vision. If anyone comes left or right, all you have is two little triangles. That's all you're seeing.
And it's you're in. Well, you went triangle there. That's interesting.
What were you going?
I went circle. 2 circles for eyes.
2 circles would be too hard, though.
Do you think? No, I think use a drill. Speed things up.
An absolutely tiny little fucking hole.
No, I can
barely
drill.
see anything.
Well, I just think it'd be easier than. Well, maybe the triangles would be easier. Shall we compromise and say square?
Oh, a square actually would be easier than both of them, I think.
That's true. Give yourself a rectangle.
I couldn't do a circle because I would spend the whole time going, that's not fucking right. That's not fucking right. And I would keep making the circle bigger and bigger until you could just see my whole face anyway.
Until you're just wearing a cowl made of watermelon.
Yeah. The 20-year-old suspect was arrested, has been charged with wearing a mask in public while committing larceny, underage possession of alcohol and petty larceny of alcohol. This is definitely not something you see very often, said Leary. We're a really nice, quiet town with a lot of hard-working people, and something like this is pretty unusual, he said. Candice Went, a Sheets customer, told the CNN affiliate that she thought using melons as face masks is ridiculous. She says, the amount of work that you have to do to actually hollow out a watermelon, to stick it on your head, I think it's kind of crazy, you know? I said, why? Why would you do that? It's so stupid. Just rob us in a normal mask.
Yeah, you would. If you have to rob us.
If they came in with the guns and she got tick, because she's like, no, fucking wrong.
You can't even fucking do it right. Now I'm going to end up on the news for the wrong reasons.
Like, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt if you come in with a balaclava or so. But you're going to rob me with a fucking watermelon on your head. Have a bit of respect for yourself.
Like, it's as easy to, like, if you want to go the route of making your own mask, there are easier ways to go even than watermelon. Unless they were thinking it'd be
any
easy
piece
to
of
get rid
clothing
of.
at all.
Yeah, like wrap it around your face. Unless it's easier to get rid of the evidence if it's a watermelon, I suppose.
But like, do you think they're sitting at home and they're planning the robbery? They're like, I think this is going to go fucking really well. And you just, on the table, they're like trying to figure out what they're going to wear. And you have like a full body mask. Then you've got a balaclava. Then you've got one of like the three ninjas face masks that you just cover the front. And then beside them they just have a fruit bowl. Like, fuck. What the fuck should we wear?
See, I don't even think there was that much planning. I think they sat down at the table together and was like, right, we're going to do this robbery. And at the same time, they said, okay, let's go get the watermelons. And there was no discussion before or after it.
No, they were walking to the fucking robbery. And they were like, and one of them's like, fuck, I'm after forgetting the masks. Fuck. And the other guy's like, we'll buy one on the way. Don't worry, we'll pass a stall or something. We'll buy one on the way. There has to be something here. And the only stall in the whole fucking town is a watermelon stall.
It does great business.
Fuck. Just, we're going to have to buy the watermelons. That will look ridiculous. Yeah, but if we just buy one, cut it in half. That's the two of us. That's two of us fine.
I know, I'll want a whole one for myself, I think.
My head's fucking massive. You know that about me. You know I'm sensitive. Yeah, so these two guys committed robbery with just a watermelon on their head, Sean.
That is... And one of them got away with it.
One of them did get away with it, and if it wasn't for those meddling kids, the other one would have as well. So I think that's it for this week's Weird News, Sean.
What a week. You really did good with, like, ramping up the levels in this one.
Yeah. Normally I'm shit at that, but this week, not bad.
Well, I didn't say that. Don't put that on yourself.
No, well, look, I'm filling in the gaps. You call me the Hitler of podcasts.
Oh,
Jeez.
You always do this.
Why do you always bring them up? For sake.
No, I enjoyed this week. Thank you very much, Connor. You've done good work.
Thank you. This is weird. You're being genuine. Thank you. I
am. Shall I just take us out instead?
Please, I'm getting a bit freaked out when people are nice.
Thank you everyone for listening to this episode of Weird News Wednesday. We'll be back on Friday with Hero or Zero, Monday with Movie Mondays, and next Wednesday with another episode of Weird News Wednesday. Big thanks to everyone who supports us over on Patreon. It's patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. There's a link to that in the description. Everyone who supports us over there, absolute legends. Thank you so much. If you'd like to join those people, follow those links. But the best way you can support the show is by telling one human being that we exist.
Just the one.
Just the one. Or you can rate, review us on iTunes, because that makes numbers like us more. Just at its base level, that's what it is.
That makes numbers like us more. And you don't want those numbers to not like us, guys.
Because if those numbers don't not like us more...
No,
that means they will not like us less.
More, no. Green eggs and ham. What?
Well, look, we're on all the social medias. They're all linked in the description, or you can email us here'sfryer_@outlook.com. But I think that's about it.
I think we've nailed that, Sean. I've been Ciara Lawler.
I've been Sean Bean.
See you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.